Awesome! I attached this particular part of your given text to the video clips. Part of the text. Salahuddin Ayyubi Allah Peter the Hermit, has never been seen before in the narrow and dark and crowded markets of Europe. These days, a tall black and white poor man on a mule is seen in the squares and markets shouting, and people are simply recounting his practice. His voice was so painful that many people were beating and crying. His tongue burned with flames. His words touched the hearts of the audience. The poet would tell them how the Muslims persecuted the Nazarenes. They were doing someone like the Messiah. He was supposed to take back the legacy of their religious duty. This was Peter the Hermit, a mad French monk remembered by Arab historians as Peter. From the beginning, he was intense and temperamental. Some European historians themselves consider him to be crazy and obsessive. History has it that you have reached 2 to 4 generations of martyrs and unworthy collective losses. Peter the Hermit visited the Holy See with a group of monks in 484-1092.
Rashidun Caliphate. The Kaiser was defeated, and Nasranism was pushed across the Mediterranean. Since then, the demand for the position of Palestine was raised. The highest status of the Nasranis was obtained from their self-proclaimed apostate Saya of Jerusalem. The Nasranis faced no harm among the Muslims. Their churches were safe, as well as their lives and property. Christian individuals, skilled in any art, were also given honored positions among the Muslim nobles. In the reign of Harun al-Rashid, the Christian kings, regarding the Christian pilgrims who came with them to Jerusalem in Syria, made agreements through which they also kept imposing the first restrictions upon Muslims in Islam. The Holy Land was never closed to European tourists and pilgrims, and despite all the facilities granted to the state by order of the Nasranis, they burned their own religious center after seeing what the Muslims had done. At the same time, when they saw the wealth and prosperity of the Muslims, they were filled with deep envy. Returning to their homelands, they carried the desire to somehow seize the wealth and resources of that land. This centuries-old desire for revenge and greed for wealth and conquest became the real motives of the Crusades. A century and a half before the formal beginning of the Crusades, intense tension had already arisen between the crescent and the cross. In the 4th century Hijri, the Abbasid Caliphate had lost its power and fallen under the influence of the Shiite Daylami rulers, leading to the disunity of the Muslim world. The states had become fragmented and weak. Taking advantage of this situation, the Byzantine emperor's general, Nikephoros Tagfur, seized control of the Syrian coast. A ruler named Saif al-Dawla fought against him. But after Saif al-Dawla's death in 356 AH, the Christians grew bolder, and in 361 AH they captured Diyarbakir. These battles are not considered crusades, but they are regarded as their prelude. However, the Christian victories did not last long, and the Muslims eventually regained their territories. Still, these events revealed that Muslims were no longer the invincible force they once had been against the Christians. When Peter the Hermit arrived in Jerusalem, certain restrictions had been imposed on pilgrims at that time. Peter viewed these restrictions with deep resentment and longed for the holy city to be taken back from the Muslims. The bishop, high priest of Jerusalem, told him about the alleged oppressions of the Muslims.